Welcome. It's February 16th, 2025, and it's my pleasure to be speaking with a World War II hero, Mr. John.
World War II hero, huh?
Yes, sir. Mr. John J. Jeckovich. How are you doing today, Mr. Jeckovich?
Good.
You're looking well.
I'm looking well, huh?
Is that speaker close enough?
Yeah, that's good.
That's close enough.
Yeah, that's good.
I heard you had another special visitor today.
Oh, yeah, Amber, yeah.
Boy, that girl just loves you. She doesn't live like next door. She's about 45 minutes away. She lives on the ocean, but coming down that A1A is a trip. She loves seeing you. She loves talking to you. You're a great inspiration to her. So that was a beautiful day. You spent time with your great-granddaughter.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting close to the end of your book. I still have many text messages over the months that were duplicates, some were not, that I didn't have a chance to read to you. I'll ask you those text messages in a little bit. But before I start reading your book, what's your dog tag number?
42965.
Okay. That is the passcode to open up the laptop. But an interesting question someone asked the other day. You named your book Their Mother's Sons in plural.
Yeah.
You're the only one that took care of your mother. Why'd you call it sons?
Well, they're sons of their mother.
Or did they ever take activity of caring for their mother?
Well, what can I say?
Okay, I understand. I'll start reading the text in a little bit. And was there something there that you want? Is there a package?
Came in.
Okay, let me see this package, please. Let me review it first before I present it. I want to
It's
review.
perfect because tomorrow's President's Day. Walter Kolenzowski.
You ever hear of a Walter Kolonowski? Walter Kolonowski, Hamburg, New York.
He's a Polak name, but I don't remember him.
1 second, please. So Walter Kolonowski of Hamburg, New York, he wants to ask you, are you a Buffalo Bills fan?
Yes.
You are,
Oh,
okay.
big deal.
Okay, President's Day is tomorrow, and he wants you to wear this during President's
It's a nice
Day.
shirt. It's an American knit flag.
What's this, President's Day tomorrow?
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
hold it up for everyone, John.
And Walter Kolonzowski from Hamburg, New York, sent you that.
Hold it up.
Give me
John.
this shirt.
Yeah, hold it up a
Looks
little
like a
higher.
sweatshirt,
Yeah.
and he wants you to wear that tomorrow during President's Day.
Yeah, that'll look sharp. We'll put some blue jeans on with you.
Yeah.
Some blue jeans.
Are you familiar with Walter Kolonowski family?
Huh?
Have you ever heard of the Walter Kolonowski's family?
It's a familiar Polak name, but I don't remember him. I don't.
It's a common Polish name.
Hamburg, New York?
Yes. Isn't that where Delphine Stulak, your wife, lived in Hamburg?
No, she lived in Buffalo.
She didn't live in Hamburg?
No, Buffalo.
Well, Hamburg must be close by.
Yeah.
And he also wants to send you a Buffalo Bills sweatshirt, being that you said you're a Buffalo Bills fan.
I said I was a Buffalo Bills fan.
I asked you, are you a Buffalo Bills fan?
I'm not a crazy fan like a lot of people, no.
Okay. Well, next time he says he's going to send you a Buffalo Bills football outfit.
Oh, Jesus.
He's going to be coming down, he said, at the end of March, and he also wants to sit the right seat. And he says he's going to bring you a half a dozen or a dozen Kimmelweck rolls.
Yeah, from Buffalo.
Do you miss the Kimmelweck rolls?
Bakery there in Buffalo, yeah.
Well, Walter Kolonowski, thank you very much. Mr. Jeckovich will do his best to wear your presidential sweatshirt tomorrow. And when you come back and come by in March, look us up, and you can sit right seat. We'd be glad to have you as a guest. Glad to have you as a guest. Okay, that was nice. You spent a lot of time in Buffalo, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you and Amber talk about today?
Amber?
What did you and Amber talk about today? What did you do?
That Amber's gonna get witty after a while.
What do you mean?
I mean, she's got that boyfriend,
Oh,
and the boyfriend's about 5, 6 years younger than her.
oh. And what happens?
Well, she says she wants to get married and raise a family. I said, well, that's normal.
She's a nice girl. She's a nice girl. Time will tell. Anything she does will be fine because she's got great morals and she's got great integrity. Mr. Jeckovich was a World War II hero from Company H. He was from the 2nd Battalion, the 291st Regiment of the 75th Infantry Division of the U.S. Army during World War II. When Mr. Jeckovich enlisted in the Army, and he was going to several different training camps, he also was sent overseas, a European theater. At that time, all the soldiers are 17, 18, 19. Some lied about their age because they're determined to fight for their country. They had a great love for their country. And at that time, they were nicknamed affectionately the Diaper Division. Why the Diaper Divisions?
Well, under 19.
Okay.
33.
Yeah. However, as time went on, many of the members in his combat division were deceased, and they did great fighting in the Battle of Bulge, which was one of the bloodiest of the battles during World War II. This was Hitler's last-ditch effort to kill some Americans and destroy property. And at that time there, Mr. Jeckovich, they were outnumbered. There's about 600,000 Nazis in the Ardennes forest. No one thought that they would ever take a fighting activity in the Ardennes forest because it was the coldest winter on record. The snow was 3 or 4 feet, and the Ardennes forest is very, very dense trees. Hard to get tanks in, jeeps in, anything. And when you notice when you had a tank going through, 3 or 4 guys would have to have boards on each side, throwing the boards under the tracks because it was so slippery and icy, the tanks couldn't make it.
Yeah.
It was a hell of a condition. So initially they were named the Diaper Division, but after the war they had a different name. And they had 2 different names that stuck with them. First was the Bulge Busters, and that's what this our 400 podcast is named after, the Bulge Busters. And it was such a bloody battle in Bastogne, and they were nicknamed the Bastards of Bastogne. So they really proved themselves to be a strong fighting machine. However, the casualties were extremely, extremely high in those conditions. Mr. Jeckovich was shot up by a sniper, beat up, stabbed, trench foot, frostbite, dirty bomb over his head that blew off his buddy's head, and he still has shrapnel in his leg. That was all from the war.
Yeah.
And you still suffer with a frostbite today.
I got it right now.
Yes. 80 years. 80 years. 80 years. Yeah. Wow. What an interesting fact. All these men that were born in 25 and 26, 1925, that is still considered the best generation the United States have ever seen. And I agree. These guys don't complain. They do their job. They have great morals, great integrity. They do everything right. And are not looking for, any type of awards for it. Mr. Jeckovich, we didn't know, like many other combat veterans, we didn't know that he was even in a war until a few years ago. The guys in the rear echelon did all the talking, but the combat fighters, you would never know. You would never know that they were in a war. You just wouldn't know. So an interesting fact that Mr. Jeckovich wrote this book 30 years ago, and it's a great book, not just of the war, but it's a book about taking care of your family, taking care of your mother and father, going through family life, as a single person, dating, courting, marriage, children, working at Kimberly-Clark for 35 years, owning a laundromat, owning a snowplow business, doing light construction type of work. Did I miss one? Snow plowing? You did all types of construction type?
Well, I did hung a lot of wallpaper too.
Wallpaper too. So recently we received a letter, and this was not known to us until 3 days ago. We thought Mr. Jeckovich, this letter came strictly from the United States federal government. We thought Mr. Jeckovich had 2 Bronze Stars and a Purple Heart. No. Here's exactly what he had. He had 2 Bronze Stars medals. He had a Purple Heart. He had American Army Good Conduct Medal, American Campaign Medal, a European, African, Middle Eastern Campaign Medal. He had a World War II Victory Medal, Army of Occupation Medal with Germany clasp. He had a Combat Infantry Badge.
Well, you know who set that in? Clint set that in that time.
Yeah. Sharpshooter Badge with carbine, pistol, these are direct from the federal government. Pistol and machine gun bars, Marksman Badge with rifle bar, an Honorable Service lapel button, World War II. Wow. This is a lot, and there's still more. But wow, what a decorated soldier. And you say to him, Mr. Jeckovich, you're a World War II hero, and he'll say nothing like it. I was called in, I did my job, just like everybody else.
There's 1,000 like me.
Yeah, there's 1,000 heroes like you too. But an interesting point that as we read, and as we still read his book, Their Mother's Sons, page after page after page, we took several notes over the months of reading. And this was basically Mr. Jeckovich's mother, Anna Targus Jeckovich, was a devout Roman Catholic. And his father, Marion Jeckovich, died at 43, working 3 jobs to give his kids a better life. But what we see a lot in this book is something I don't see much of today. And this whole book is based on the 10 Commandments, primarily the 5th Commandment, which is honor thy mother and father. And some notes that we take from this book are how Mr. Jeckovich cared for his father, how Mr. Jeckovich worked with his father, how Mr. Jeckovich took care of his mother, Anna Targus Jeckovich, from when Mr. Jeckovich was 11, when the husband passed away, to the mother's demise at 89. And this all has to do with honoring your mother and father. And let me read some excerpts of the book. Honor your mother and father as the Lord your God commanded you. This is the 5th commandment. 5th commandment. In order that your days be lengthened, honor your mother and father as the Lord commanded you to, in order that your days be lengthened. Mr. Jeckovich is knocking on the door of 100. They're lengthened. They're lengthened. And that it may go well with you on the land that the Lord your God is giving you. The Torah explicitly links proper observance of the 5th commandment to a long life and living peacefully. Wow. Here's the example. Look at your TV screen. Taking care of your mother and father. Honor your mother and father. The 5th commandment. You are promised a long life and peace. You've had peace all your life. You have a beautiful wife,
Yeah.
that you were married to for 69 long, wonderful years.
Yeah.
Wow, it's all coming together. Honoring one's parents is such an important law that it's in the 10 Commandments. And not only that, guess what? It's on the first tablet. It's on the first tablet of the 10 Commandments. The precepts on the first tablet concern the relationship between God and man, with the laws on the second tablet about human relationships. It seems like honor your parents should be in the category of human relationship, but in fact it was grouped, this is very important, it was grouped with the man-God laws on the first tablet. The Bible will teach you that there are 3 partners in the creation of a human being. So there's 3 partners in creation of a son or a daughter. Father, mother, and God. 3 partners. Father, mother, and God. Honoring all 3 teachers teaches us to be grateful for the blessing of life and appreciative of those who make our life better. Just like Mr. Jeckovich's father. He was breaking his back to give Mr. Jeckovich, John J. Jeckovich, a better life than he had. He worked 3 jobs. At the age of 43, dropped dead of a heart attack in the cement. And these are all coming from Mr. Jeckovich's book, Their Mother's Sons, all directly. Honoring one's parents is not a reciprocal transaction. The 10 Commandments were given to the generations who spent 40 years on the desert and living in Egypt before settling in the Promised Land. These particular parents were therefore free from many difficulties of parenting, such as providing food, clothing, and education. If it's a simple payback, then did those children owe their parents less than they would be? We honor them because, at least we honor their parents under the Fifth Commandment, because they gave us the gift of life. The gift of life. Mother, father, and God. The gift of life. Imagine you're drowning and someone rescues you. Just imagine you're drowning and someone rescues you. How grateful would you be to that person? How much more should you be grateful to your parents who gave you your life? And how much more should we be grateful to God, who God gave us all life? Honoring one's parents is just a natural task. How do you observe this Fifth Commandment? It's very simply. Provide your parents with basic needs. Help them shop and prepare food. Provide financial support if needed. Take them to doctor's visits. Visit and call your parents as frequently as you can. Arrange for medical care for an elderly parent. Stand up. This is very important from this book. This is old school. Stand up when one of your parents enters the room. Another important part. Sounds small, but it's important. Do not sit in your parents' customary chair or seat. Very important. Do not do it. Just like your father. What did your father say to make you a better life? He says, now that we're United States, you're not speaking Russian.
You're speaking English, yeah.
Yeah.
No accents.
Yes. Do not contradict what your parents says, even if it's incorrect. If it's necessary to set the record straight, the contradiction should be set up with this uncertainty. Use this term. I may be wrong, but. This is what you say when you know your parents are 100% wrong. You say, I may be wrong, but. Never ever, here's another point. They're doing this a lot today, and it's not good. Never ever address your parents by their first name. You see that all the time.
Yeah.
Kids addressing their parents, very disrespectful. Do not ever wake up a sleeping parent. Do not ever wake up a sleeping parent.
Do not what?
Do not ever wake up a sleeping parent. on respect for the parents in the Fifth Amendment, honor your mother and father. One of the things you should not do, if your parent's sleeping,
10.
you don't wake them up. Do not ever raise your voice at a parent or display anger towards them. Striking or cursing at a parent is particularly egregious sin. That's a mortal sin. That's just as bad as abandoning your parents. That's a mortal sin. You will not go to purgatory. You will go straight to hell. So it's very important that this book is written around the Fifth Amendment. Excuse me. Yeah, this book is written around the Fifth Commandment. Everything, every one of these, how many pages in this book?
Huh?
How many pages in your book?
849.
Every one of these pages in this book of 849 has something to do with the Fifth Commandment, honoring your mother and father. If you don't, it's a mortal sin. There's no excuses why you shouldn't. Zero excuses. Zero excuses. So that's a good point. After looking at this book for months, I realized it was based around the Fifth Commandment. God is great, shalom. Yeah, that Fifth Commandment just jumped out. And as I went through page by page of your book, it was all about the Fifth Commandment. That is so nice. I got some very simple questions that came in text months ago, and I never asked you about them. Do you feel like answering anything?
Go ahead.
Okay, the heavy-duty stuff we laid off to another day. This is Sunday. This is the Lord's Day. We're not going to get nothing heavy. Mr. Jeckovich, what's your favorite cereal?
Oat without sugar.
You mentioned when you were growing up there was no TV. TV wasn't invented yet. During that time, what was your favorite radio show? What was your favorite comedian?
Favorite comedian
Yeah.
was the Goldbergs.
Okay. Mr. Jeckovich, when you were a youngster as taking care of your mother, did you ever join the Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts?
No, my brother did Troop 22.
Troop 22.
Reynolds was the scoutmaster.
What's that?
Mr. Reynolds was the scoutmaster.
How the hell do you remember that? That was over 80 years ago.
That was over on 30 foot. No, where is it? Up in the Bull section.
And did both your brothers join?
Huh?
Did both your brothers join the Boy Scouts?
I didn't. He did.
Just one.
Oh, he went on trips. He went on scouting trips with him and everything. He had his uniform and everything.
And how did he get there?
How
did he get to the meetings?
Well, he had a car then. He was 18 years old by then.
Mr. Jeckovich, are you a good artist?
What?
Are you a good artist?
Artist?
We seen like a couple weeks ago you had a picture you painted here. Some months ago or weeks ago. You painted a nice scene with Amber. Are you a good artist?
I didn't. What did I do with Amber?
You had some type of painting we displayed.
Oh yeah, Amber did it. I didn't do it. Amber did it. I didn't do it.
Being that you're in World War and you've seen a lot of turmoil and fighting and hatred, do you still believe in turning the other cheek?
At times, yeah.
Okay. We noticed you played a lot of instruments. We found out you didn't play the bagpipes, but did you ever play the bongos?
Bongos? No.
Were you interested in playing the bongos?
Never.
Are you introverted or extroverted?
Extroverted.
Minutes, please.
Four and a half.
I should never do that.
Huh?
You just wait till I get it over. Mr. Jeckovich, you have such a great memory. What's your memory from the school days that you have from kindergarten and up?
I remember the school days at the Sugar Street School.
Sugar Street.
Yeah, I was in 7th, 8th grade at Sugar Street School.
I don't think that school no longer exists.
Huh?
I don't think that school no longer exists.
What was your favorite subject?
Huh?
What was your favorite subject?
English.
And it shows, yeah. And then from where after Sugar Street?
What?
Where'd you go from Sugar Street?
The what?
What school was after Sugar Street?
Sugar Street was probably Gaskell.
Gaskill, now that's there today. I think you have relatives working in Gaskill. And then after Gaskill,
Relatives? No, they weren't. No, they weren't any teachers there.
okay, what about after Gaskill, where'd you go?
After Gaskell,
Yes.
I got in the Army. I guess I was drafted.
Here's a question. This is a question they ask elderly people. Mr. Jeckovich, you're knocking on the door of 100. What is the meaning of life?
What is the meaning of life?
Yes.
Creation.
Okay. Mr. Jeckovich, what are you allergic to?
What am I allergic to? That's hard to say. You
Mr.
mean physically or mentally?
Physically, what are you allergic to? Could you take penicillin?
No, I'm not allergic to that, no.
Okay. You mentioned a couple weeks ago that you had your son-in-law with you, David Noss, and you're both electricians. During the time of being an electrician for many decades, were you ever electrocuted?
Yes, I sat in the laundromat, I sat on a pipe, the water pipe, in front of the disc thing, and I got electrocuted, yeah.
How bad was it?
Well, I could feel I jumped off.
Did you go get hospitalized?
No,
It is.
2.
Okay.
What did you have to do to fix that?
what?
What was the matter with the pipe?
It wasn't nothing with the pipe. I was sitting down to fix the spinner we had to dry the clothes better, and I was sorting that out, and I sat down on the pipe.
Oh.
The pipe was grounded.
You mentioned a few days ago that you lived in Florida in your retirement for almost 50 years, and you only went to the ocean one time. Would you rather swim in the pool or the ocean, or do you swim in a pool at all? Do you ever go into a pool?
Oh, we went to Hyde Park Pool. Yes, we went to Hyde Park Pool. Yeah,
Okay.
right across the street was
So you're
definitely.
more interested in pools than oceans?
Yeah,
Okay. Minutes, please.
1.
What was the oddest job you ever had?
oddness.
The oddest job you ever had as a youngster? You had a lot of
How old?
a
17.
teenager, yeah.
I'm working for Krispies.
That was an odd job?
I like that, working for Christmas time, put the articles up, those things up and everything. My mother worked there, give me food after school and everything.
That must have been good sandwiches. Minutes?
Yeah.
40 seconds.
Wow.
What?
You had a very fulfilled life.
Huh?
Especially this whole book is based on honor your mother and father, the Fifth Commandment. Well, it looks like we got another one in the books. What do you want to do now?
Put on Trump. What are you gonna do?
Sounds like a winner. 25 seconds.
Oh, you want to ask more questions?
Well, it ends in 20-some seconds. We have to pick this up
Oh, yeah.
the next 30-minute reading. So what do you want to do now?
What time is it?
It's early.
8:33. Put on Trump, see what he's got to say.
Okay.
All right. Sounds
Okay.
like a good one.